What up, y'all? Welcome back to another podcast here with me, Jimmy Duke's podcast. We drop the gaming, same content, better content, hopefully, for you guys. But here we are at Three Pints Pub in the Northeast of El Paso.
That's us.
A little staple or gem for a lot of people that don't know, here with General Manager Nick Martin. How are you, brother?
I'm doing well. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. I appreciate you blocking out some time for me to come out and hang out and talk to you about this little gym in the Northeast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So first of all, you've been a GM here for how long?
I became GM officially in 2022.
2022?
2021, 2022, something like that.
Oh,
It's been
okay.
a couple years now, yeah.
Yeah, but you've been here since your family took over. There was, for a lot of people that don't know, this used to be Mulligan's for the longest time. And then from when did your guys' family jump in to take over the location and rebrand and everything and stuff like that?
They closed in like 2012 or something like that, and it stayed vacant for a little bit. But in like January or February of 2013, something like that. I'm going to be mixing up the dates here a little bit. When it was actually bought, like versus when it opened, was May 2013.
Yeah.
So it had laid vacant just for a little bit, like less than a year, I want to say.
Because you guys were kind of working on the place? Or
Yeah,
what?
exactly. Like it was kind of like, do we want it? Do we not want it? Because my parents actually met here.
Nice.
Yeah, when it was Mulligan's, they met right over there in the corner where the dartboard used to be.
Nice.
So, yeah.
You know, for a lot of people that don't know, or in the Northeast, or even the El Paso, but yeah, man, I remember my two best friends, Skylar and Adrian, when they turned 21. I couldn't come in because they were older than me, so I was like, yeah, and they were playing pool and hanging out here. I was like, damn, I never got the chance to come hang out until I was 21. But I feel like this location's been a staple, and since you guys been here, I mean, from my experiences, I really don't go out much, for people that don't know, but back then I would always kind of hang out here and stuff like that. And I've always felt like this is like a cool little bar in the Northeast. I felt like it was always welcoming and things like that. When you guys came in, you guys changed a lot of things that I thought made it better.
Right.
So what inspired your family to open this place, and what was I knew you were younger at the time and stuff like that, but from what you remember, like what inspired them to kind of jump in here?
I think most of it was the fact that, like, obviously they met here, so it was always going to have like that special place in their hearts. But at the same time, you know, like this was such like a watering hole for the Northeast, you know, with Mulligan's being here for like 10 plus years before they closed down. Like, kind of didn't really have much else out here, and they were like kind of hem-hawing back and forth, like, do we want it? Do we not want it? But then the other couple that owns it, Mike and Mari Amaral, like they all just kind of got together and I'm like, okay, yeah, screw it, we'll buy it, like whatever. So that was just from, I want to say, one day to the next. It was
Right.
Like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
I love hearing stories like that because people always get tripped out, like the craziest stories, or how something started is something so simple. Right, it's not nothing. It's not nothing like extravagant. Like, oh, we had this thought process or whatever. It was more just like, hey, you want to do this? Yeah, you want to do this? Does it make sense? Let's do it.
Yeah, it was really cool because, like, you know, like you said, I was younger. I have two brothers. Like, they were kind of discussing back and forth. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, we are going to get it. And I was like, oh wow, interesting.
Right.
Like, you know, like, you never really anticipate your parents starting a business, I guess, from one day to the next.
Yeah.
But, yeah, here we are.
Let alone a bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, because, you know, I mean, like, they'd like to go out. They like to drink a little bit. Essentially, they were a little bit younger then. They were like, yeah, let's go out. Because it was every Friday and Saturday night for them kind of thing. They would just come over here. And
nice.
We've always lived, like, maybe a mile that way or, like, 100 feet that way from this spot. So it's kind of just been really central for them for a long time. So.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I love hearing that the fact that they met here and they're like, the friendships or whatever from whatever kind of led to a successful business for some quite time now. So when was the first year that you guys officially opened after the vacancy, and when was it?
May of 2013.
2013. Damn.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool, man. So what's the name behind it? I remember I mean, I'm sure a lot of people get out there. I talk shit when I saw that. I was like, Three Pints Pub. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. You know what I mean? So what's the story behind it, if what you remember, like when they were tossing back names? Was that something that was just instant, or did you hear any other names? I'm just curious.
I mean, there was discussion of other names, but like none of them ever really came to fruition, obviously, because like now it is Three Pints. But like the lore of the story is,
I want to hear this.
Whenever you get pulled over, No, I don't know if they'd be mad about me saying this or not. You know, like whenever you get pulled over, it ends up being like, oh, I've only had 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you can't call a bar like, oh, I've, it's 2 or 3 pints. Like,
Yeah.
we're just like 3 pints,
Yeah.
3 pints. Like, it kind of just rolls, you know what I mean? But that's basically it. What was more fun was designing the character. Did
Yeah.
you know that he has a name?
You told me this a while back
Yeah.
because I was always like, if you guys you don't know, it's an Mexi-Irish guy with a sombrero on, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So what's the story behind that?
So obviously, like they wanted to have more of a pub feel.
Yeah.
So pubs are more associated with like Europe and Ireland and stuff like that. But we're in El Paso, predominantly Mexican culture, right? So Jose Murphy is the
That's his
leprechaun.
name?
Yeah, Jose Murphy. Yeah.
That's right. You did to Jose Murphy.
So we've got our little smashed leprechaun looking all like hazy and stuff like that. But
Nice. That's cool. I
Jose
remember you
Murphy.
did tell me that one time when we were BSing about something. I think I brought it up and you told me, but that's funny. Jose Murphy. For you guys that didn't know, now you know.
Yeah.
When you guys see the dude, he has a name.
Yep, deepest lore. Now, if you've been coming here for a while and you didn't know that, now you know that.
Right? So that's cool. I love hearing the stories behind a lot of things and things like that because it's always interesting because now that's another conversation when somebody sees you. We're like, hey, did you know we got Jose Murphy this whole time and you guys had no idea?
I told somebody that the other day, like, he's had a name this whole time. And I'm like, yeah, dude, Jose Murphy. I'm not just bullshitting you, dude. Like, that's really his name.
So, how has the pub changed over the years in terms of design, menu, and the crowd? I know that when I was coming here, when it was Mulligan's, after a while, I just stopped coming because of the type of crowd. You know what I mean? Now I'm not saying it was a bad crowd. It's just like not something that I couldn't relate to because what was going on at the time. So over time, like how has this place changed since you've been here and been around?
So from the time that it was Mulligan's until we got it, like obviously there was a kind of a defined crowd already. Like a little bit older, 30s, 40s was more or less what it was catered to. Bikers, like that was the big thing, it was a biker bar. So as we've progressed, like a lot of El Paso or people in general, like whenever you go out, you don't necessarily want to be watching your back the entire time you're out. Like it doesn't really let you relax like you're supposed to be, right? Not to say all bikers are bad, but the ones in particular that were coming around here were kind of drawing a lot of negative attention. TABC was always out here, the cops were always out here. But if you look at our front door, we have like something saying you can't wear colors, like so your vest or whatever. Like we started eliminating the people coming in with stuff like that, and they gradually just want to stop hanging out here because they don't want to leave their stuff on their bike. But believe it or not, whenever you start chasing off people that are maybe like making people feel uncomfortable, people are wanting to come back. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I've noticed there's a lot less bikers, there's a lot less like illicit activity happening around. Let me go take a look now.
Yeah.
And that's been wonderful for us, you know what I mean? Because like I said, this was really a central location for everybody. Right off the freeway, everyone knew Mulligan's was here.
Yep.
When we got it, that was one of the big things that we wanted to do, was just make it more welcoming for everybody. We don't want to cater to any particular crowd.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that's important. Like you set a new culture in the area. I mean, I've talked to different people from businesses and things like that. When you like change the culture and get people used to a new standard or a different standard, it might not be your kind of place anymore. There's other places that cater to those type of crowds and they don't want a family friendly place or, you know what I mean? So it kind of works that way for you guys. When you guys came in, you made it a point to where like, hey, like you guys can come in, but you just can't wear that. It's just same thing like with bandanas and stuff like that and things like that. And you guys aren't the only ones that do that. There's many businesses that do that and they put outside, usually bars, because they want to avoid that kind of
the stigma.
Stigma, thing like that. And also too, it's just like, hey, I don't want to feel like there's a gang here or a group of people that are here and I just feel uncomfortable or unsafe, even though they might be great guys and great. I mean, there's a lot of biker guys that I know that do great things too, but they always get the bad stigma of like, oh, biker guy, biker bar. I don't want to go.
The same people, like if they want to come in, sometimes they're just like, okay, well, yeah, that's fine. I'll take the cutoff. Like, and
it's no big deal to them.
Yeah, come right on in, dude. Like, no problem. I'll pour you a cold beer, give you some great wings, and we'll just go on about our business. It's no big deal at all. But talking about the crowd in general, like whenever it did change, like it was always more of like I said, 30 to 40s. Now I have like all age groups coming in. Now I have kids that come with their parents for lunch because the food's good.
Yeah.
And as the night progresses and people go to bed, the night crowd's coming out, so it gets a little bit younger. And I mean, like we accept everybody. Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing.
I love that because like there is a place that everybody can go and hang out, and it's not that big of a deal, and everybody can kind of get along and stuff like that. And the fact that the stigma of the bikers, because I remember the biker guys would all be coming through here. We'd be playing I mean, we'd get punked a couple times, but
Right.
it is what it is. We're like young
Yeah.
20-year-old guys, like just trying to play some pool, and then the biker guys walk in and say, "Hey, we're taking over the table." Okay, yeah, see you later.
And that sucks. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, I mean, it probably didn't feel very good.
Yeah.
And we don't want anyone to feel like that coming in
Yes.
here. And
Yeah.
it took a little while for that to go away. You know what I mean? That sucks. But we got it gone. So
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Cool, but segueing to that, over time, how it's changed in the crowd and everything, and what's one of the challenges you didn't expect when you started running the bar, and started moving? Obviously, you said you were here from the beginning. You were kind of talking before, like I was setting up tables and things like that, and you didn't start working here until a bit after, and then you recently, a couple of years, just started being a GM. So, what are one of the challenges you didn't expect when you started running the bar as a GM?
So probably the biggest one is, believe it or not, the drinking culture changes pretty often. So, you might have people that have been doing like Budweiser and Fireball for the last 40 years, and they're going to be doing it till the day they die. But I mean, like, you have new stuff coming out. Like, did you know Arizona makes a hard tea now?
I mean, yeah, Arizona, yeah.
Baja Blast Mountain Dew,
Yes.
the hard version.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think stuff like that would like catch on like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? But like from one day to the next, it's like, hey, do you have those hard Arizona teas? And I'm like, the what now? Like, I didn't even think you all would want to drink that. But then, from one day to the next, it's like I can't keep it in stock. It
Yeah.
goes so fast.
Yeah.
So definitely a challenge because sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss.
Yeah.
Like, you think, oh no, this is going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
So you got to kind of keep up with what's going on as
Yeah.
far as like alcohol sales and things like that. So that's always kind of a challenge. And is it kind of like that with food as well here?
Yes and no. I would say more so the drinks. Like I said, whenever we have our menu, like we pretty much keep what's popular and what's delicious
Yeah.
and people love. So like that one's a little bit easier. But I do have a rotating food special now, and
Yeah.
I try to keep it fresh with other specials and stuff like that just to keep up with that. But like the big thing is definitely the drinking culture changing and
Yeah.
what's becoming popular and what isn't. Dude, TikTok, believe it or not, I think it was like in the last like 2 months, a mojito is kind of like an old school drink.
Yeah.
I want to say old school. Like
Yeah.
you can pretty much get one anywhere, but like I couldn't keep mint in stock. I'm like, why are we selling so many damn mojitos? Summer girl vibes. Everyone's
Yeah.
drinking mojitos now.
That makes
I'm like,
sense.
you know what? That's
I didn't
cool,
think
dude.
about
Like,
that too, because like you change with the season, just kind of like a beer kind of deal.
Exactly.
But like the same thing goes for like hard liquor, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, like I ain't drinking a mojito in the winter.
No, you're definitely not. You want something to warm your belly up too
Yeah,
if you're doing shots
yeah,
of whiskey and
yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah, definitely. Like TikTok has brought a couple of drinks back into the limelight. Like
Uh-huh.
before the mojito, pina coladas, frozen pina coladas. Those have always kind of like been a staple, I want to say. But
Yeah.
from 1 week to the next, going from making 2 to 200, you're
Yeah.
like, wow, like where did that come from? TikTok.
Nice.
Yeah, TikTok is really good about bringing stuff back and
Uh-huh.
then moving stuff on into the past. You know what I mean? So like, it's weird how it ends up shaking out. I never know. It keeps you on your toes, dude.
And the thing that you bring, like to me, obviously, I mean, I'm not running a bar or a business and like that, but the fact that you're like, hey, I'm keeping track of trends because of TikTok.
Right.
You know what I mean?
have to, dude.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Good businesses evolve, and
Yeah.
whether or not I want to sit here and have a pina colada
Yes.
doesn't matter to me. If someone
Yeah.
else wants one,
If
there you
it
go.
makes sense to do it, you're gonna do it. Oh,
Absolutely.
man, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes total sense. That's
And
crazy.
you don't really think about it until like it starts happening. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So you're
Yeah.
just like, why am I selling so many pina coladas?
Everybody go get mint.
Right.
Albertsons.
It's right there. We need it now.
We need mint right now. That's dope. All right, so moving on. So since you've been here, and I want to make sure that like I want to give people an understanding that this is from your point of view since you've been here and stuff like that. What were any of the pivotal moments that helped shape what the pub is today? Like, can you remember in your head like that event, this person, or this shift, or just the time of year, or things like that, where you're like, hey, I'm like, this is a pivotal moment for our family and our business that we're doing well.
The doing well portion was probably like just every single time we have like a big event and it's asses and elbows in here. Standing room only, dude. Like drinks are flying
Asses
out.
and elbows.
Yeah, man.
I would hear like ass to dick.
Asses and elbows. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, one of those moments where like you've seen Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Like when he's on the beach and it's like shell shocked, everything's in slow motion.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those like St. Pat's, for example.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's just wall to wall,
Yeah.
There's like pipe drums in the background and stuff like that. Like it's just ringing in my ear. I'm like, oh yeah, we made it. Like,
That's dope.
yeah, it's cool. But probably the biggest event recently that has really shaped us moving forward was definitely COVID. A lot of businesses can say that, but it really affects, I think, bars in particular got hit a little bit harder. a lot of what we're based around is liquor. Do we offer food? Yeah, but I mean, that's not really the selling point. It's the liquor. Being closed for 9-10 weeks, I think is what it was, at $0 a day.
Yeah.
Like, for us to survive it, just on the good grace of people like, I don't know if you followed us on Facebook at the time, but like we opened up our kitchen just for to-go food, just to get a little something to scrape by.
Yeah.
Gotta love Northeast El Paso, man.
Nice.
Gotta love the fact that like our clientele and the people we know and love are coming out and showing us a lot of love, and that kept us afloat. You know what I mean? Until we were able to get back and open, and then after that, like it's been back to business as usual.
Yeah.
But definitely surviving COVID really shaped the way that we're gonna do things moving forward.
I mean, yeah, the fact that you brought that, and that's such a big thing. And going back to me, just and these are like the conversations that I like to have with people that are in positions that's something that affected them, like business wise. So, you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Not me, like a Joe Blow, but hearing you say that, like, damn, like that's crazy because it's like, hey, we're doing great. All of a sudden, we're closed for X amount of months, or I mean weeks, and we don't even know when we're gonna open. What can we do in between?
Right.
And I remember during that time, during that time, I remember other businesses were kind of doing that too, like just the go food. Did you guys do the to go liquor at all?
Yes.
Okay, so
we got a stipulation from TABC. They're
yes,
like, hey, you know, we're gonna let you all do this because we know all of you guys are hurting.
Yeah. So
statewide.
how did that work? Because I remember they would seal or certain things. Like how did that work? Just you don't have to get too much into depth. Like how did that help you guys? Like you guys were doing the food, or was that the alcohol portion of it already available when you started doing the food, or were you guys doing the food and then the alcohol option came in?
Dude, that's been a while ago. It feels kind of like a pipe dream now.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember all the details. I know it first started off with us doing just like canned and bottled beer that you could purchase on the side with your food, and TABC just didn't give a shit. They were like, hey, like everyone's hurting. Like as long as you're still doing what you're supposed to be doing, you can do this. So, but because it started like right in the middle of May. Like it was like our birthday, like 3 Pints birthday, whenever like we were able to start opening up.
Jose Murphy's birthday?
Yeah. We were able to start opening and doing food to go and stuff like that. And they were immediately like, yeah, no, you can just do both. So, and then I think for a brief moment in time, we were doing like margaritas. And
nice. That's what I'm saying. I remember Taco Cabana, all they would do is just put a piece of tape over the straw.
Yeah. I mean, if it works, it works. Like,
just whoop. But yeah, I'm glad that's very interesting, and it's amazing to hear that, you know, like those little things helped you guys, you know. And like when you think of a pivotal, I like how you gave 2 examples of the pivotal moment. It was like, wow, this place is packed, this is amazing, to like, oh shit, we're not making any money. Yeah, what can we do?
It was genuinely scary, bro.
Yeah,
because I don't know if you noticed, like a lot of places got hit. Like there's a lot of good businesses that shut for good. Man. Yeah, like it was a damn shame that it happened that way. But
yeah, because X amount of money, how you saying $0 a day for X amount of weeks, you know, and then you know obviously folks that don't have work and things like that. I mean that could take a toll on individual person, let alone a business. To the fact where like, hey, we're draining money and we're just better off just getting out.
I should have turned off. we have ads that play.
Go for it.
All right, one sec.
You know, so what are some of your most popular items or drinks? I know you were kind of talking about the trending of the time, but like, what is something that, like food wise, I mean, I can attest to some of the food, but what are some of the drinks that you guys most popular? I know you guys have rotating taps and stuff like that, right?
Absolutely. My beer taps change relatively often for like craft and stuff like that. But like if you're talking about just strictly most popular, very vanilla answer, but it's the honest to God truth. Since we've opened, Michelob Ultra has by far and away blown everything out of the water. But I got a wild hair up my ass a couple years ago. I was like, I'm gonna start drinking Natty, and we actually sell a shitload of Natty now. So. I mean, you can't beat it. It's $2.50 a can, bro.
I remember I would always fuck with you when I met you, and you would always drink that shit. I'd give you a hard time. But you're right. I mean, the fact that those options are available, that, you know, and you notice it, like, hey, I like it. Maybe somebody else will like it. And if they see it, I mean, for $2.50 and you're sitting at the bar, you get the atmosphere and you're hanging out. I mean, I can have a couple of those for sure.
Absolutely. And there's nothing like a crisp, cold Natty on your lips. There's nothing that's better than that. But, for liquor and stuff like that, you're gonna have your power hitters. I mean, Tito's, Jack, stuff like that you just absolutely have to carry because you're just going to tear through it. Yeah, we tear through a lot of tequila. We live in El Paso. People love tequila. Yeah, shout out Hornitos. I mean, everybody loves Hornitos, man. It's a staple for a reason. Talking about food, you can attest. People come from all over town because they've heard about our wings.
Dude, I fucking tell people all the time. I'm like, I love Wingstop. Still my favorite wing. But anytime we're around here or we come, like I either get the wings or I get a quesadilla.
Absolutely.
Every damn time. Like I even had the Cuban. I was like, yeah. So like, what are obviously the wings are the biggest thing. What was another one that kind of sells?
Quesadillas move.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's crazy because like such a simple thing to make can just be so comforting and then just delicious and then like, but it's carbs, so you can soak up a little bit more alcohol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but it tastes great. Our quesadillas are awesome.
The chicken. It's the chicken. I tell all the people all the time, it's the chicken. I don't know what it is, but just it tastes so damn good in the quesadilla. And I'm like, God damn it. And the ingredients are fresh too. And a lot of people get like so tripped out. Yes, this is a bar, but the food is good. And that's the thing that I always gave you guys props. I'm like, every time I've had wings here, the same. Every time I've had the quesadilla, the same. I don't really get a burger and things like that, but I know what I want and I know what I like, and you guys fucking hit it every single time.
Places will sit here and brag up and down about how much money they spend on premium products for their food. Whether or not that's true is up to them to be honest about. For us, genuinely, we buy premium product. That's why you can taste it. That's why it's so consistently good. It's one of those things, too, where there's a little sprinkle of love in everything that we make. It's that we're moving away from all the big chain retailers. Like, yeah, you can go to Chili's, you can go to Applebee's, you can get a Dollarita, and then, a bunch of, like, boneless chicken wings or whatever. But you're not really getting premium stuff through them. It's like it's a chain restaurant. They're kind of, like, trying to... Their bottom line doesn't need to be affected. Yeah. So for us, a little bit different. I want you to sit here and enjoy a nice meal because it is good. And then the atmosphere is great, and you can enjoy a nice drink to go along with it. Maybe 3 or 4 more if we're lucky. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying, like, I remember watching freaking Bar Rescue for the longest time, and you would always say, people, like, when you have good food, 30% of people stay longer, which is true, because some people will come to a bar and just have a drink or two or hang out all night. But, like, toward the end of the night, like, when does the kitchen close?
Right, exactly. That's why we always make sure to let people know, like, hey, bro, the kitchen's closing up in half an hour. Are you sure you don't want anything? Like, you know what?
Let me get a quesadilla.
I'll take a quesadilla. Like, that sounds pretty good right now.
I love that, man. Well, so obviously the wings and quesadillas. What is another, like, staple?
You said you didn't think anything about the burger. That's what I'm going to tell you, man. Our burgers are top notch.
Yeah.
Like, we have, what is the name of the damn company? Travel something, whatever, TripAdvisor. There we go. TripAdvisor does a yearly review on like restaurants in the city and stuff like that and what their ratings are. As of last year, I think we were still number 8 for burgers in the city.
That's dope.
Yeah, top 8 or top 10 rather, but position number 8. So I mean, like
top 8, yeah.
Top 8. Yeah. Well, we made it to the list.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but our burgers are great, dude.
Nice.
Next time, I feel like you should give them a try.
Right.
Like,
I
break
will.
away from your quesadilla. Get one to go.
Right?
Still get one to go.
Get one to go.
But get the burger too. You know what I mean?
That's dope, man. So yeah, we're going from, menu items and drinks like that. And then now let's kind of get into what's going on in the bar, like for people and things like that. So how do you guys decide like on drink specials or events or like karaoke nights and things like that? How is like, how important is to have that kind of karaoke nights and specials daily or weekly for you guys?
Oh, dude, absolutely. Like specials can make or break a day. And humans in general are creatures of habit. If you know that you're going to come in every Wednesday and get a crisp cold natty on your lips for $2.50 a can, you're going to start basing your week around like, all right.
Yeah, I'm going to go Wednesday.
I'm going to go
3
Wednesday.
pints and only hang out with Jose Murphy and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And get a couple natties and, just maybe some food because it's delicious. But I mean, like if you want to sit down and talk about how we actually come up with specials and stuff like that, it's kind of by the seat of our pants, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean... Do you like Palettas, the little shot Palettas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else does too. Real easy. It's cheap to make. It's delicious. And I mean, I can sell you one for $3 and you can have a couple of them. You know what I mean? But like, I want you to find a reason to come out and have one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just putting it on special. Sure.
Yeah.
That's why like, I just recently updated our specials board. That had been like a year or two since I had done it. But like now, like power hitters, like now they're on Friday nights. I want you to come out and maybe sing some karaoke and have some hornitos and have some Tito's. But it's really what ends up being popular. We get so much from our clientele coming in, or we want to get back. You know what I mean? It can't be about making money all the time on every single thing.
Yeah.
Like, man, you like hornitos? Here's some cheap hornitos. Just come out and see me. You know what I mean? As far as events, that one can be just a little bit more tricky because, like, what you like, I might not like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Vice versa. But stuff like... I'm going to do a shameless plug here. If you like Magic the Gathering, we do it here every Monday. Bring your best commander deck. But Monday night's the slowest night of the week for us. And trying to get people out here can be a bit like pulling teeth. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm a nerd. I like to play Magic.
Yeah.
I'm going to pander to nerds. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's just give it an honest shot. Like, there's no harm in trying, right?
Yeah.
The first couple, a little bit slow. But then the name got out there. Like, hey, 3 Pints does it on Monday if y'all want to go out. lots of people started showing up to play Magic. So now every Monday I consistently have like 12 to 15 people.
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah, dude.
And it just started as a thing like, I want to do it. Let's
Right.
see if anybody would be interested. I know you know a couple folks that play, so it's kind of like cool that it's. How long have you guys been doing that for?
It started right at the end of football season last year. So a little over a year now. No, it was a year in like February.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, 15 months,
Yeah.
something like that. But like, it started off with like, you see those little white tables we have?
Yeah.
Well, now I have so many people playing, we use the pool tables as
Nice.
Yeah, we need all the light, all
Yeah.
the space, and then that's just Mondays. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like Tuesday, another shameless plug for the I think they call themselves the Munch, if I remember correctly. We have a BDSM group that comes out every Tuesday, and they kind of open to the public. You know what I mean? You can meet people here, and you can hang out and get to know each other. Real loving, welcoming bunch. They're a bunch of great people. So if you're into stuff like that.
Yeah.
Eyebrow wiggle. Can you see it? We have live music on Thursdays typically. We're still working out some kinks as to what exactly we're.
What kind of
trying to
live
get in.
music?
Yeah, so it was a country band for a long time,
Okay.
and then now we're wanting to try a few new things.
Cool.
Like you mentioned, Friday night karaoke.
Yeah.
Not everybody can sing. I can't sing, so you don't see my ass out there doing karaoke. But there's some people that come in here, man, and they can
killing
really
it.
genuinely belt out some tunes, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, wow, like. I love your confidence. If I could sing like you, I would
Right.
probably do that too.
There's always, I remember the times that I've come here on a Friday. I mean, I hardly ever go out, but when I do, and I've been around here on a Friday, it's like this whole area is like fucking packed.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
Like,
I mean, I'm sitting over there in the corner, but I mean, this area always has like a good little group going and people up here singing and stuff. So that's cool to hear that because, I mean, for those who do like karaoke, where I mean, even if you want to just come hang out and watch people sing, like I said, I mean,
that could be like really just entertaining on its
Yeah.
own too. You know what I mean? Because it maybe a couple
Good or
people,
bad.
Oh yeah,
Good or
a
bad.
couple people get up and do a group song.
Yeah.
I mean, in sync songs between a group of 9 people holding one microphone, always amazing.
bye, bye, bye.
Exactly. Yeah. We had one of those recently. It was super cool. It's always a blast to come out on Friday night, guys.
Yeah.
Like I said, it could be asses and elbows in here, but you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, asses and elbows. I like that shit. Speaking of other events, I know you guys have done, another shameless plug to my homie, the chili cook-off stuff.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I don't know the name of their organization and stuff, but they've been out here at least twice or 3 times already.
I think this most recent time was their 4th pod cook-off event
Nice.
here. Yeah.
So explain kind of like that for somebody who like it's during the day and it's cool. That's a kind of thing like they're already an organization that they do that. And we know, we have mutual friends that, are in that community and stuff. They're like, hey, can we do that? Then you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? I remember coming one time and you got like 14, 12 to 14 people cooking chili. And, we got people out there and it's always for a good cause, right? It's a
Humane Society.
Humane
usually.
Society
Yep.
and stuff like that. So you come out, get some custom chili. People make chili in all different ways, and there's like certain rules like that. But people come during the day and do all that. So I like that. That's one thing that's like off the wall that you normally wouldn't hear about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like how many bars are hosting chili cook-off events? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But like you said, like it's a draw. It's something to do on a Saturday afternoon where otherwise you might just be waiting around at home for the sun to set to go
Yeah.
find something else to do. So whenever stuff like that happens, I have people like I wouldn't have thought about it. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
Christina and Adrian, our mutual friends, approaching
Yeah.
me like, hey, you have the space, like let's try it. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's
Yeah.
try it. Like, I mean, what was free chili? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or
Right.
$5 for a donation, of course.
Yeah.
But
it goes to a good cause.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like
mean-
kitties and puppies and stuff like that. And all you gotta do is throw $5 at them. Taste
Yeah.
all the chili you want. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Sign me
man.
up.
And that's cool that you guys do that too. And I'm sure there's other types of things that you guys are looking into or open to doing if it makes sense, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We like to cater to just about everybody. Sometimes we'll have drinking and painting back here as well. We're having
yeah?
this podcast. Yeah. We'll have a bunch of canvases set up, and it's kind of like
Really?
get your Bob Ross on. You get back here. And it's
Hell
like, okay,
yeah.
so we're just gonna paint this happy little tree.
Yeah, right. And it looks all perfect, and you're just all fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nah, you just close one eye. It looks good. Like,
That's dope, man. I like all the different things you guys got going on. But, we talked about this location and then you guys being a staple or even a gym for a lot of people that aren't part of the Northeast. They might come over here for the food or just to hang out now. What does the Northeast El Paso community mean to you? I know you were saying, man, you were raised here and stuff like that. What does it mean to have a successful business in a location that people can kind of gather, that you said it's like a watering hole? What does the Northeast mean to you guys?
Without Northeast El Paso, we would not be anything. Honestly, like we owe absolutely everything to our community. People that come out and see us all the time, support us no matter what's going on or what it is that we're attempting to do. You know what I mean? Just like that unwavering trust in us.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I can honestly extend it to El Paso as a whole. Like I said, we have people that come from all over the city just to come and at least eat our food or something like that. But that's one thing that I've noticed that I love the most about El Paso. El Pasoans are implicitly about El Paso.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The amount of support that they're willing to throw out for just the city as a whole is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I love that too. Cause I grew up in the Northeast, you know what I mean? And like, I've gone to little other places, but I've been in this building more than all the other places put together.
Right.
You know, for sure. You know what I mean? I've been here and I know one event, I know it's kind of like off topic, but this is like one of the prime spots for freaking, Irish Day. St. Pat's, man. Oof. I remember when it was Mulligan's before, man. This place was before all this and stuff like that. I remember couches back here fucking full as shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, we'll talk about asses and elbows. Oh my God. That is one of those things that, like, just I know you said slightly off topic, but still moderately on topic. Like, you want to talk about the level of planning and logistics to get a day down like that?
I remember when we were talking before the recent one, you were all, dude, I already got to get ready. I'm like, well, that's next week. He's all, yeah, I need to get ready because the way it falls. I remember you were jokingly, but you were serious about planning because it was ended up going to be 3 days of St. Patrick's Day stuff.
Weekend. That was the first time we've done it, and depending, it's because it landed on a Monday.
Yeah,
not everybody wants to go out and party on a Monday, so
exactly.
I was like, fuck it, we'll do a weekend long thing, But like, typically planning starts for me like just right before New Year's begins. Believe it or not, it takes about 3 months to line up all the logistics for that because like. You have to book the Empire Pipes and Drums. Shout out to them. I love them. For 10 years now, they've been taking care of us. You've seen the Bagpipe show? Badass every single time. Except something primal. And you want to go fight the English or something like that. But, getting with vendors and stuff like that to make sure that I have the ability to get all the stuff that I need.
Ahead of time because everybody else is trying to get the same damn thing too.
Yeah, all of us are on the same like wavelength. We're like, hey, New Year's, St. Pat's. Because, I mean, there's some fun stuff that happens in between there. But, like, that is the holiday for bars around the world. You know what I mean? Like, it just March 17th every year without fail. And like as soon as it ends, and I bet everyone will attest to this that works in the industry, one ends and then the next day you're like, damn, I get to do that again next year. Like it was
Jose Murphy.
It's insane, bro. I dress as a leprechaun for so many of them, but
I mean, I should dress like him. You're too damn tall.
Well, I mean, that was
I can be Jose Murphy.
Honestly, if you want to come out next year and be Jose Murphy, absolutely.
People are gonna try to pick my little ass up and shit.
They might. I kept making the joke I was the tallest leprechaun they'd ever met, but had to be someone walking around wearing those like fucking green tights.
Yeah,
I just decided to do it.
Yeah, man. I love the culture around here too. Like I know that you said that we have a lot of friends and family that come here, and then like you got like your regulars and stuff like that. Talk about how how friendly it is for. That people come here every day, like after work and have one or two and then go home. Talk about the culture about, how welcoming everybody is, like no matter what time of day.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. The amount of people that just show us love week in and week out is just so heartwarming. Like I said, we wouldn't be anything without them, I think it goes both ways as well, though. We offer a safe environment for them to come and hang out, and they can really like genuinely let loose and relax. You don't have to worry about anything. It's all a good time all the time. Good music, good food, good drinks. You can invite anyone at any time, and it's amazing. Like I can't say that about every bar. Yeah. But ours, the one that we've made, our culture, all of us, like this is the spot for us. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just everything. Like all the people that have put all the time and effort into it, even people that used to work here, like their ideas, their friends, their family, like that's what it means to be a family business too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like everybody coming together, conflicting ideas, meshing into something beautiful. Like it just all just so amazing. It's fun to look back, you know what I mean? Like from how far we've come from like year one to where we are now. Like we've genuinely, I think, made something special here.
Another thing I want to say and commend you guys on is the staff. Everybody always talks about the staff, how great you guys are. And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I'm not here all the time, but I talk to you here and there. You guys have had a good core of the same staff for a while. So
Absolutely.
talk about, how much you depend on them and how it works out and everybody wins and, wanting to be here and make it a safe environment and make it welcoming, because that's a continuing thing, because one person could kind of throw everything off. And you guys have had a good core of people. So kind of talk about you guys as employees and your guys' team here.
Yeah, dude. Industry wide, like turnover rate for staff is actually pretty high. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
people are always floating around.
Especially in
going,
restaurant
oh,
stuff.
dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it's like in and out. Like you don't even get to know people. That doesn't apply here at Three Pints. Like the amount of people that I have here that are going on year 5+ is almost unheard of, and that
Yeah.
is something that I'm really happy with. One, I think it means that like us as like people in charge, like managers and owners and stuff like that, we're pretty intimately involved with them and making sure that they're taken care of.
Yes.
In addition to the monetary portion of it.
Yeah.
Feelings matter,
Yeah.
and stuff like this. Like, hey, I want to take this idea and I want to apply it here. Like,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's spread your wings a little bit. But we've just done our best to make sure that one, people that want to be here are here.
Yes.
Two, the people that do want to be here are awesome, which
Yeah.
they are. That's why they've stuck around for so long. I have people that come in just on specific days because they know specific people are working.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really cool thing, man. Like, cause like every time I go out somewhere, I don't know who I'm gonna see.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, but if I come here on Wednesday, I know I'll be here. I know Lexi will be here, and now I know Chris is gonna be
Yeah.
here.
And the natties are 250.
And the natties are too. You can't get away from the 250
Yeah.
natties, my dude.
Yeah, I love hearing because, like I said, like I mean, I've known you just for like 3 years now. I want to say,
Yeah.
but even before that, when I was coming here, I would see you, and I still see the same people. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool, and I've got to know them, and
Right.
befriended them and BS with them with my wife and shit like that, and it's cool to see that because you're right. There's not a lot of places they can say that, and it goes back to what you said to the individual person that they want to be here because if they didn't want to be here, they would already be gone, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that they want to be here, and you guys are all taking care of each other and working as a unit, makes the workspace easier. Because I mean, I can only imagine. Like I've never worked in the restaurant business, but I can only imagine how stressful it could be. Because I mean, there's times that I've seen Chris or like what I mean, more like busy as shit.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I'll be like, hey, and then but they're doing that with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So talk about like all those individual people like keep the everyday thing going. The fact that you can trust them, that it doesn't matter how packed it is or how not packed it is, that everything gets done.
Oh, absolutely, dude. In addition to not being anything without our community as a whole, I personally am nothing without them.
Yeah.
They make my job so incredibly easy. Like, it's really fire and forget sometimes because I know even when I'm not here, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And I really genuinely could not ask for a better team to be working with day in and day out. You want to talk about St. Pat's? I know we're covered no matter how shitty it gets in
Yeah.
here because these guys have been doing it for so long and they are so damn good at what they do. The amount of effort that they put in every single shift is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I can sit here and I can go down a litany of lists and the reasons why I love all these individuals. You know Lexi, dude. Lexi is amazing. She's always been amazing. Same with Eric and Chris and Morgan and Kevin and just everyone in here. My kitchen staff is amazing.
Yeah.
My bouncers are amazing. I don't have anything negative to say about any of them outside of the fact that I wish I could clone them. So
Right. I wish we could clone you and then one goes to sleep and the one comes right back.
that, or I mean, just like open up. There's 3 Pints everywhere.
Right.
Like just the exact same staff.
And they
everywhere.
same staff everywhere.
Exact same staff.
There's
everywhere.
Nick too over there and
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. that's really genuinely like they're so amazing to work
That's
with, dude.
awesome,
Like
man.
they're genuinely, I love every single one of them so deeply, and we're so connected with each other. Like they've supported me through the birth of my first kid. Like they've been there for birthdays, they've been there for weddings. We've all been there for everybody's
other, yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And that's cool because, like, I mean, you don't have to be best of friends when you're employees, but if you guys can get along, that's very important because, I mean, I've worked in different places like that, and I've had friends, like, everywhere I've worked before in IT, it's like I grab one or two people that I'm still cool with, still to this day. We're not best of friends or whatever, but when we always worked, we had that mutual respect for each other. If they were higher than me or I was higher than them, and for you to find that in the same place for X amount of years, it's amazing to hear because the turnover rate for jobs is whatever, let alone a restaurant, let alone a bar.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for you to say, I know these folks for the past 6 years and they've been here and wanting to be here, I've never had issues. It's cool to hear. And I love hearing that kind of stuff because a lot of people don't understand. They walk into the bar and everything's taken care of, whatever. Or even for the folks that are listening to this for the first time, and they've been here like, oh, shit, I didn't know Morgan was here for this long. I didn't know Nick was here for this long. I didn't hear all this stuff. And I think that's important for me. And I love having these kind of conversations with people that are pursuing entrepreneurship or business or athletes. And I think I love hearing the stories behind it that gets people like what makes them tick, what makes them move forward, the culture and things that are happening in the background that somebody that walks in has no idea. But then when they walk in next time, they have a more respect and more like feeling of like, hey man, I'm part of this shit too. Like
Absolutely.
I love being here, and they appreciate me and me hanging out and spending my money here. And I know it's a good place.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of people like, I've been to places that are like badass, and I'll go once or twice and have bad experience, and I say, fuck it. Simple as that. You know what I mean?
And a lot of that, I don't know how much of it can be attributed to staff, but one or two bad apples can really spoil the bunch for you if you have a sourpuss bartender that's, like all the time. Like, people really pick up on that, you know what I mean? So, like...
like, fuck this girl or fuck this guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm sitting at the bar and they're like, you know what I mean? Like, you catch that. There's 20 people at the bar watching you. And if you're upset or something, yeah, you know what I mean? If you're upset or everything, everybody's going to see that and they're going to be like, ugh, you know what I mean? But I've never felt that here. And I think that's very important to say, because I don't care how poppin' you are. If you have a badass bar and everything, you got one person at the bar, a dude or a girl that's kind of like, ugh, or whatever, that fucking throws the whole thing off.
Absolutely. Very quickly at that, too. People won't want to come back that next time because they're like, oh, what are the chances I'm going to run into them again?
Yeah, exactly, man. But let's talk about what's in the near future. You know what I mean? What's next for Three Pints? Any plans for expansions or any things that you guys are looking forward to here in the near future or in the year?
So we had talked about expanding like right at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, with them redoing Camp Cohen. They had like slots open for businesses, and we were going to open up a Half Pints, right? COVID happened, and that kind of got shelved for a little while. But as far as expanding and stuff like that, that's a really calculated maneuver that requires a lot of logistics,
of course,
and as of now,
and a little bit of money.
A little bit of money too. Yeah. That's the big part. With the way things are working out for us right now, we're pretty content with what we are. Yeah. But maybe with that new Metroplex or whatever it is opening right here, where Cohen Stadium used to be, they're going to open up. There might be the propensity for us to open up another 3 pints, but Half Pints at this time. You know what I mean? That could be cool. As far as events and stuff like that or changes around here, like we've got some cool stuff on the horizon. Don't want to release too much information, but definitely have the ability to change it up in here a little bit. Yeah. And I'll probably talk to you after. Yeah. Give you a little bit of insight. That's well,
that's cool. The fact that, and this is another thing too, and I respect about you is you mean well, you want to do well. And the fact that you're in the position to do things because you're a general manager.
Right.
Like I want to have fucking magic on Mondays. Boom. Right. You know what I mean? I want to have a friend that does chili cook-offs. We can do it. Boom. You know what I mean? The fact that you see it's not always like a potential to get people in the door, but it makes sense and it's like a win-win for everybody. And it gives them everybody an opportunity to be here.
Absolutely.
For different reasons, not just to get hammered, right? We're painting here. We're playing pool here, darts here, karaoke here, magic. You know what I mean? So I like that. Yes, this is a bar and restaurant, but there's other things that could be involved in here, right?
Absolutely. And I've always tried to attract a bunch of different things to get people out here that might not necessarily be wanting to go to a bar. You know what I mean? I've had people show up for the drinking and painting. They just sip on a Sprite and they just want to paint. But, I want to be able to cater to everybody because, it's not just a business for me. This is my family. This is blood, sweat, tears, money, heartache. Every possible curveball that life can throw you is happening here. You know what I mean? And, I want people to realize the amount of time and attention and love that something like this requires to be able to maintain a high level of success that we've had, thanks in part mostly to our community around us, but also we've welcomed all of them and arms wide open. Yeah. And hey, do you want to paint? Do you want to play Magic? Yeah. You don't have to just get hammered, like you said. Yeah. I'm glad you did say it because there's a lot of good food here too. Yeah. You don't have to have a single drop of alcohol. I've come here and ate with
the kids before during the day because I always and this is just me, and I'm sure a lot of people could attest to this. Is you look at a bar and you just think night drinking, and that's it. You know what I mean? The fact that you could bring how you said you have people that bring in their kids during lunch and stuff like that. Because I've come in here one time and I ordered food, and you're like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, I just ordered wings." Oh, dope! You know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah, and take them home
because I have you here.
Yeah, because it's yes, this is a restaurant too. It's not just open at night.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So the fact that you say that, because I've come here a couple times, and even with the chili cook-off, there was a bunch of people over there, but then there was a bunch of people over here. You know what I mean? They're like, chili, fuck that, I'm here to eat lunch.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
You got your quesadilla and your wings, and you're a happy boy, right?
Yep. And then I'll go donate $5 and go take a chili.
Might as well. I mean, you're already here, right? Like, but I'm glad that you're able to and comfortable enough to want to come do that and bring Gio and Xander.
Yeah.
And like, it's not easy to always want to take your kids to a place like this. But like you're saying, like whenever you think of a bar, it's nighttime, it's a club scene, it's getting hammered, loud music, inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like, we're not that at all during the day. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're not that ever. Because we are still a bar.
Yeah.
Like Friday nights gets a little wacky after like 11. You know what I mean? But long before then, you can feel free to bring them out always. Like the music in here is not going to be bumping. It's not a club setting until, later on in the week. But even then, like it's kind of like barely obvious.
Yeah.
Like, probably not right now.
Well, I'm just saying like,
for kids.
Well, how you say there's I mean, I can only imagine, but you'll see the group of people come through the day.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So there's the people that come and hang out during the day. There's the people after work. There are people that hang out a little bit longer after work, and then that crowd leaves, and then the night comes, and then you got the people that get the last drink before they go home. I know, like, how many times have we said it? Like 3 pints, last drink.
Absolutely. Walking into the front door with the lights on already. It's like, all right, cue them up. Let's go. We know what we're here for. Yeah, it's funny.
5 natties, go.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep them coming. I'll tell you when. The amount of people, like you said, like human beings are like very like particular with the way that they want things. You saying like the crowd filters in and out. It's I know what time it is, but who's coming in. Like, but I've been doing it for a decade, so like obviously the crowds change a little bit here and there, and like it's like, wait a minute, what time is it? Like, when are you here? Like, oh, okay. Like, but it's funny that I can set my watch by people coming in and leaving. You know what I mean? But it's the same people. That's the beautiful thing, man. Yeah. Like it genuinely really is.
That's cool that the fact that they want to come here and hang out and spend their money here because of the what you guys have as far as the atmosphere and the food and the drinks and things like that. I love hearing that. That's an awesome thing. With all that being said, you've been here for X amount of time and, you guys have a great team here and the culture and the community and things like that. Looking back, what are the most proud moments that you've had since you've been here?
Proudest moments is going to be every March 17th. We've only had 2 down years on St. Pat's, and one of them is because we got closed at 9 o'clock because of COVID. And then the year before that, our POS died, and we had to close by 11 o'clock.
Oh,
but
man.
Oh, dude, it sucked. I was just so beside myself because, like I said, months of planning goes in, but like proud moments are always going to be like really popping Friday nights. Like, brings a single manly tear to my eye. Like, like even after all this time, you guys are still coming back.
Yes.
Like that's a beautiful thing to me. We hosted a wedding reception here one time. That's a really proud moment.
Cool.
Like that was cool. I'm still trying to make it to where like, we have the ability to do more fun stuff like that. Like that's what I was saying. Like, maybe turning into a little bit of a party hall.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Could somebody contact you and say, hey, I want a corner of the bar and just to hang out with,
Absolutely.
Would you be willing to?
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that like, I want to say, like, it doesn't always have to be about the drinking and the other stuff that, hey, like this is a location that this is a nice location. The AC is great here in the summer. You know what I mean? And you guys can hang out here, you know what I mean? And drink your Sprite, you know what I mean? And not have to drink alcohol and order some food. And just how you said the different groups that come and hang out here, your guys can potentially have a hangout spot for here. Speaking of, I know football's around the corner and too like that. Like, is this a specific team bar by any chance?
I hope that I'm not gonna get you in trouble by saying this, but like when the Patriots were still good, we were a Patriots bar.
Okay.
If you're a Patriots fan, I'm just saying, like, let's be realistic.
Hey, man,
I'm a Titans fan. I'm not gonna sit here and talk smack. It is what it is. When the Patriots were good, we had a Patriots fan club.
Yeah.
I feel like most places, like that old school 90s group, like 49ers, the Raiders, like back when they were still really good. 49ers are still good pretty often, but like, like there's always a consistent group of 49ers fans that come in, but like they've been fans for a really long time, you know what I mean? But like we have the Sunday ticket, so we get all the games.
Well, there you go. Yeah, the games
the
here. Yeah, you guys have the Monday night games too, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sunday night on NBC, Monday night with whoever's hosting it. Because now there's Peacock and Amazon on Thursday and all that. We usually have the games.
Yeah.
But, like,
and did you guys put the projectors up too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's all the games are.
Yeah.
Even the little TVs that we have all around the bar. Yeah. Every Sunday, there's a different game on each TV.
Nice.
So, like, I'm a Titans fan.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the little TV in the corner.
That's mine and shit. That's one.
So, but, I'm not mad at it, obviously. Like, not many of us out there in El Paso. But, something like that is super easy to accommodate too, because like if you're a fan of the Titans like me, and like I mean you could go somewhere like Buffalo Wild Wings and probably find it on a TV or like Hooters or something.
Yeah, but chain restaurants.
Yeah. But
it's
like,
funny that you said that earlier with the chain restaurants. When I used to travel a lot for work, I would always be like, oh well, let's go to, like you said, Chili's, and like a lot of the guys like, what the fuck? There's Chili's everywhere.
Right.
Why wouldn't you want to go to somewhere? I'm like, you're right. You know what I mean? So
Let's try something
everywhere,
local.
yeah, man, try something local. I mean, I still go to chain restaurants here and there, obviously, but I've noticed like local stuff is fucking good too. And now that I'm more like involved in like different things with the community as far as like podcasting and like sports and things like that, like I get to meet people that are making that have like food trucks and stuff like that. And I look forward to go check that shit out too, more than the have a freaking good old Taco Bell or whatever and things like that. If I want Mexican food or Taco Cabana and things like that, or Chili's or Applebee's, like I try to avoid those if need be to go get some good food. And the fact that this is a spot too, I never thought I would say like I want wings from fucking Three Pints. What the fuck?
There you go. And see, that's a fucking wonderful thing, man. You're talking about proud moments. Just the fact that I can look back at the last decade and be like, hey, I've been a good portion of this. Like these guys have been a good portion of it too. Just you being able to say a comment like that makes me proud to know that we're doing a good job. Yeah. And enough for you to be craving our wings whenever maybe you're craving them right now. We're not open for another couple hours.
Yeah.
Damn. Like,
we'll be back.
I guess I got to go somewhere else.
You know, we'll be back and shit. We'll be back. Cause I remember I brought these too. And I thought this was cool.
What you got? Oh, our poker chips. Nice. If you guys didn't know, these little poker chips, these are basically our coupons. You buy them for $3, $5, or $10, and they're treated as cash. You can use them for booze or chicken wings. So.
I remember V&A. Shout out to my wifey. I think she won an outfit thing, and she got
for Halloween.
Yes, for Halloween. You guys gave gift cards away, and you guys were giving these tokens. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, $15. That was kind of cool that you guys do that.
Damn, dude, what was her costume? It was hilarious.
I forgot what it was too, because it was like V&A go, and then she ended up going, and I was back here, and everybody was cheering, and I was like, oh shit, she won.
That was V&A, yeah. I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was hilarious.
Yes,
so
yes.
Like, okay, this deserves the win for obvious
Yeah,
reasons.
and that was cool because everybody was having such a good time and everything like that. And that goes back to it, like, that's not like an event, like, but yeah, during holidays or whatever, like, I remember we've had Friendsgivings here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We dressed as Vikings and we've dressed as this, and everybody's like, what the hell? And it's cool that we're comfortable enough to like do it here and everybody is hanging out, because I've seen that with other groups of people when they come in or whatever and things like that. It's like such a welcoming spot that it doesn't matter who walks in the door, everybody's hanging out.
You want to show up dressed like a caveman with a bunch of other cavemen?
Yeah.
I don't get that. Damn, your money's still green too.
Right?
I am more than happy to accommodate.
Yeah, as long as you ain't clubbing anybody over there.
Exactly. Leave the clubs in the car, but outside of that, you know, you want to just walk around like looking like Tarzan, dude, fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's proud. Another proud moment. Like you can do stuff like that. You know you can. Like there's no question about it. Like you're just like, well, I guess we're all going to 3 Pints of Skip, man. Like, all right, cool. Well, nobody bats an eyelash.
Yeah, we've had pajamas here. We did the Vikings. I forgot what the other ones, but yeah, we've had Friendsgivings here. That's dope, man.
Yeah, man. A couple people have office parties like for the holidays. Every time the teachers get out every year. So for winter break and then for the end of the school year. Right at noon, front door unlocks, 100 teachers. Not even kidding, bro. It's like clockwork every single year. Yeah, exactly. They've been dealing with kids all year long. They're like, it's time for us to rage.
Yeah, let's go hang out with that Jose Murphy and shit.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you ride that Jose Murphy thing into the ground, dude. Yeah. I'm glad you like that.
Yes, dude. I forgot that you had told me that shit a long ago, but the fact that now everybody's going to see that shit when you guys are watching this, you guys walk on the front door or see the logo. Fucking Jose Murphy and shit.
Like, what do you call it? The little clip art or whatever for the video. I'm just gonna send you like the little PDF that we have that slides over like any background. Yeah. Use Jose Murphy.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah, man. Well, yeah, man. I know we talked about a lot of different things in the culture and being here and stuff like that. And you guys have been, you know, not only open but successful. You know what I mean? You guys are thriving and stuff like that. I love hearing that about that, and I've gotten to know you over the past couple years too, and hearing you. Your guys' family story and things like that. I love it. And, you know, you and your brothers have worked here and on and off in your family and stuff. And the fact that you guys, you know, you've known people that have been working here for so long and you guys are so close. It's cool to see. You know what I mean? I love seeing stuff like that from afar that now that I know you and stuff like that and hear that, I love people winning and doing well like that, man. So I love the fact that you guys are doing great. And I appreciate your time coming in here to record and getting to know you a little bit more when it comes to the aspect of, you know, being a general manager here at 3 Pints. But with that being said, any final thoughts, you know, any shout outs or anything, or any upcoming events that you can't say in the summer and the fall that you want to get off your chest, brother?
By the time this gets uploaded, one of them will pass. But, you know, July 3rd, we have Vibes Band coming out. So I'll just say that. Just obviously, it probably won't be done in time, but I don't give a damn. We're going to be posting all over social media. So like and follow us on social media.
I'll make a short just for that.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Appreciate it. Like us on social media, like Jimmy Dukes on social media. Make sure you're following him. Shout out to my staff. As always, love you guys. The owners of this bar, Mike, Mari, Scott, Lori, you know, much love. anyone in Northeast El Paso that just continues to shower us with love and affection. Like, love all of you guys so very much. Thank you.
Hell yeah, man. That's great, man. That's great. I love hearing that. And like I said, once again, man, I appreciate your time and stuff like that. And I'm going to probably loop around later today to get some goddamn wings.
There you go. We open up at 3, man. Feel free to stop on by. I'll be here.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for your time, man. You guys make sure 3 Pints on what social media platforms you guys have?
Instagram and Facebook.
There you go. Instagram, Facebook, 3 Pints. Keep up what we got going on over there. If you guys see Nick, say what's up, you know what I mean? And say, hey, Jose Murphy, you know what I mean?
I always have a shitty look on my face, but I'm not mad, I promise. I'm just focused, that's all.
He's just tired. He has a child.
Yeah, I have a little guy, so.
But yeah, man, thank you so much for your time and things like that. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys are keeping up with all the different podcasts. If you guys didn't know, we are Jimmy Duke's podcast now. We're talking to all different types of people when it comes to business, entrepreneurship.
There you go.
I can't spoke right.
That's all good.
And just people's journeys. I feel like this project of my podcast is about that kind of stuff. I do all different types of content that I do, but I love doing podcasts because it's more like getting to know people and what they got going on and stuff like that. And keep doing your thing, man.
Absolutely. We'll be here.
Hell yeah.
Come on out always.
Yeah, make sure check us out. Jimmy Duke's podcast, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. My channel on YouTube is Jimmy Duke's Rodriguez, and we have all types of content there, combat sports, vlogs, and things like that if you guys want to check me out. But until next time.
Until next time, guys.
Peace out, guys. Y'all have a good one. Hey. Win.